My name is Craig Cobia, and I'm chairman and president of Citizens for Decency.
Citizens for Decency is a non-profit organization created to empower people to take a stand against pornography. The organization was founded in 2008 by Craig Cobia, who is the vice president of marketing for one of the major financial institutions in Rexburg. Craig felt inspired to establish an organization focused on combating the spread of pornography when a woman who Craig had never met came to his office to ask him for help.
And one day a lady came to my office at the credit union, and she told me that her husband at a very young age had become introduced to pornography, and he couldn't shake it, and he had overwhelming desires to harm his family members. Rather than doing that, he took his own life. And she asked if I would help create something that would provide a protection for families and individuals so they may not experience that same kind of pain. And I thought, maybe legislatively we could accomplish something. And so that's what we started with. We introduced 2 bills and got them passed that protect children in schools using internet filters on school computers, as well as a requirement that all Idaho public libraries have internet filters to protect children. It was a lot of work. You're working a full-time job, you're involved in other community or church activities. Without the interns, without the volunteers, this organization would be nothing. I got some really bright, competent, wonderful students. One went on to medical school, several have gone on to law school. Very high caliber students. They keep the organization going. Without them, it would stop. They caught up the accounting records, where before it was handled by a volunteer. The volunteer stopped, the students stepped in, they cleaned up a mess.
My name is Daniel Weidenhouse, and I'm the chief of staff. So basically what I do is I coordinate the efforts of all of the interns. That includes our 2 accounting interns. We have a public relations specialist intern. We have a copy editor / administrative assistant. And then we also have another intern that deals with the shipping, but he also helps me in my administrative capacity. So our main source of income comes mainly through the sale of this book. This book is called He Restoreth My Soul, Understanding and Breaking the Chemical Spiritual Chains of Pornography Addiction Through the Atonement of Jesus Christ. And this is a book geared towards anyone, not just LDS members, but anyone that is looking to overcome pornography. And it talks about the chemical and the spiritual addictions that are part of pornography and the effects on the human relationship.
I'm Miranda Ferguson. I am the copy editor and administrative assistant at Citizens For Decency. About a year ago, I just saw this booth at the career fair for BYU-Idaho, and I just kind of saw the sign. I was like, that's kind of different, like just a different feel than everywhere else. So I was leaving, but I was like, oh, I'll just go see what it is. And so I started talking to this girl, and I just picked it up. And it's hard to describe, but it's almost like it just kind of, it's like a fire like lit inside me. It's just kind of like, this is a really neat cause. Like, I really want to help. Like, even if I can't do it as a full internship, I just want to help somehow. And people are going to be like, well, why are you doing this? You have a 1 in a million shot. Because it's right. Because there are lines of decency that people need to stand up for. And if everyone just gave up because it was too hard or because the odds seemed difficult, where would we be right now? You know, nothing would get accomplished. You know, you look at people throughout history, Joan of Arc or Joseph Smith, or, you know, the odds seemed forever and a billion against them, but they made it. They fought and they fought hard, and it wasn't easy, but they made a difference. So
We were just doing the best that we could, believing that somehow that things would right themselves, and they did.
To learn more about the work Citizens for Decency is doing and how you can contribute while gaining internship experience, visit their website at www.cleanminds.org.